All right, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Green here. I hope the audio improves today. I figured out how to do like a automatic adjustment here. And please get this critical information out to those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, because things are getting absolutely crazier. Just like we predicted on this channel over the last 15 years, at the series of economic, financial events that we warned about, the bailouts, the manipulation, Federal Reserve policy setting interest rates at zero, of course, shutdowns of the entire society over the last couple of years would eventually lead to the big one. And that big one would be a geopolitical World War III event and conflict, which would be something that we have not suffered since probably the tragic events of Pearl Harbor, which led us into World War II. And now, critical key reports are coming out this Saturday. And again, if you find value to this video, please share it. I certainly appreciate it. Brothers and sisters, the narrative is now shifting suddenly by the mainstream media. It's just astonishing how this happens, ladies and gentlemen. It went from Ukraine is winning the war against Russia to now it appears they're losing. So let's talk about this for a minute. And this is what I've been saying all along. Russia has now taken, this broke a couple days ago, Severodonetsk. It's a city. I'm probably butchering the name and pronunciation, so forgive me. But has taken not just the key ports of Sevastopol, which are strategic from a Navy perspective, just like Pearl Harbor, okay, out here in Oahu, but now they've taken this region, the east and the south. So let's dig into these reports today. I see major headlines say that Zelensky is losing now 60 to 100 plus soldiers a day. There's currently a battle in a key eastern city engulfed in chaos. Both sides, this is from the Wall Street Journal, are absolutely continuing this grinding war and fight to capture the remainder of Ukraine, which the official media is saying that Putin only has 20%, but I actually think he has a lot more than 20%. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not like we're going to get this key information, I believe at least, from these media sources. Now, Biden, of course, is sending more armaments. They just approved billions and billions of dollars of new taxpayer money, of which they are flooding, ladies and gentlemen, taxpayer printed cold, hard cash, while America suffers hyperinflation at $10 a gallon of gas in places like California, $6 here in Hawaii, and soon to possibly be maybe 10 to 15. Also, in a chilling report earlier today on Saturday, this happened and broke within the last 24 hours, Russia threatens to strike the West if Ukraine hits it with U.S. rockets. Of course, Biden is sending artillery and rocket munitions, and now Putin is firing back saying, hey boy, we've got, not only are we ready, but we've got hypersonics moving at Mach speed, ready to rock, bro. Okay, the whole point, now keep in mind, Putin got involved in Ukraine. Not only was it a part of the Russian Empire prior, it's historical fact, but in addition to that, he doesn't like that NATO's creeping up on his shore, so to speak, on his border. And because of that encroachment, he says, unless you back down, we're going to take Ukraine and we're going to start piecemealing and taking apart for our own sovereign protection and security. Something I would argue the United States would do if the same thing was happening, let's say, on the border of Canada. So we have a close ally. Vladimir Putin today has warned that the Kremlin could target Western cities if Ukraine uses rockets supplied by the U.S. Keep in mind, one of these hypersonic Satan II nukes has 100 times the power of what was dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, of which the United States dropped both of those to end the war, World War II, on Japan, of which there are still repercussions from those drops. And it has affected populations in ways that science really can't even describe. Huge news, ladies and gentlemen. Biden is now being forced to rewrite his security plan. So here's part of the story no one's talking about. And I'd like to talk about this from a biblical perspective, just kind of from a spiritual knowledge perspective. With all eyes on Ukraine, what I've been thinking recently is how come no one's paying attention to the larger war that's about to erupt between Israel, the Holy Land, and Jerusalem, the holy city, and the temple, so to speak, with Iran? How come we ain't hearing about them apples? Because I actually think is a part of this conflagration, which has always just been a proxy war, which I've warned about for years, even prior to 2014, in the annexation, of the Crimean Peninsula in Sevastopol by Vladimir Putin, of which they voted 90% to join the Russian Federation, because a lot of them are Russian-speaking, and actually Russian natives actually wanted to go the way of Russia, is how come no one's focusing their eyes on the biblical prophecy of the great event and the great motherlode of all wars about to take place with Israel and Iran. Also in the news, Miami is flooding, 12 inches of rain, storm-soaked South Florida. Florida seems to get hit by these storms almost every year. And inflation, hyperinflation, continue to be warned about. Black swan investor watching for the greatest credit bubble to pop ever. Larry Fink sees elevated inflation for years, and I said this as well, it doesn't matter what the central bank does, they will not be able to tamper inflation, even if they raised interest rate to 10%. And we're under 1. We're on a measly little 75 basis points, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't even at 1. We're not at 10. There's no way they're going to raise to 10. And they still can't tamper inflation at 10% federal funds rate. So Larry Fink, you should probably pay attention to him because he's a very, very powerful banker. Of course, he's the CEO of BlackRock, which has been buying all these homes, neighborhoods, entire neighborhoods, arguably, in certain areas of the country, pricing ordinary Americans out of their real estate. What I always say, guys, why let these people go out and purchase all this good stuff and price you out everything? Sounds like it's about time that you get on offense and figure out how to get a piece of the action. That's why I tell you to buy gold and silver. And you should do that today if there's one action step. I said this yesterday as well. Buy gold and silver. I'm almost sold out. Visit the link at amtvgold.com. Get our silver ounce. Get our Archangel Michael special proprietary minted silver bars. Only got a few of those left. Place your order. Get the sovereign mints and buy gold. Do it now so I can get your orders out. We just had a huge giant shipment go out this week. So thank you for all of our customers. We're the number one precious metals dealer in America. We love you. And thanks for placing your order. Do that today, though, before it's all gone. Make sure you secure that in DCA. But he says, yeah, it's going to be basically just an inflation collapse from here, which is why they're buying all this real estate, guys, because they're expecting the prices to keep ticking up. And also is the reclassification of assets, fractional real estate, something that we're doing with Island Project for you, because we're the anti-BlackRock at Island Project. We're for the little guy. So the little guy can get in so he's not getting constantly screwed by Fortune 100, these billionaires that are buying all the cool stuff. And we've had a lot more of those dudes actually roll in to Hawaii to remain nameless. You can look it up. It's all public sphere. Very recently, in fact, a couple huge properties just got picked up within the last 48 hours, if you can believe that. So all this is heating up. The division in America continues. I encourage you not to focus on that. I just focus on prepping and getting ready and building your community infrastructure, your spiritual, economic, financial arcs, your cash flows, get your income game on. Do that at school. You're going to have to because inflation is going to be here for years. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, when we're up 30% in housing in some American cities like Phoenix, that's hyperinflation. When gas is at $8, $10 a gallon, that's hyperinflation, ladies and gentlemen. When food prices are going up and meats are going up 30% a year, maybe more, that's hyperinflation. Gas prices up 50% year over year, that's hyperinflation. That is Zimbabwe-esque, freaking Argentine-style peso collapse zone. It couldn't get any worse. And those are just the hard-hitting and in-your-face facts. So all this is speeding up. Not to mention, Musk firing 10% of his employees. If he was really the richest man on this planet like they said he would, and he actually cared about his people, don't you think he'd keep that 10% on board? Don't you think he could float that and fight for his people? At least for another year. Give it the college try, Musk. But no, when it comes down to it, just dollars and cents. And it appears those people are expendable to the richest person allegedly on planet Earth. Could you imagine being SpaceX explorers out in Mars and then getting a pink slip once you were out there in that hellish pit that said, hey, Musk here, sorry, got to let all you go, 10% of you. I got a, quote, bad feeling about this. That's what he said. He's got a, quote, bad feeling about the economy. Tesla stock got hammered yesterday as a result. Not to mention, Twitter, that acquisition has slowed down. He's had a lot of headwinds, working against him there. But those are my thoughts on that as well. And just bottom line, guys, get prepared because it's going to pick up steam as we hit the fall and the winter. Trust that friggin' plan. I've been doing this a long time, guys. You know, the primary message here at AMTV is just to get prepped, get right with God, get ready, buy a little gold and silver, do it today. If you can afford more, buy more. That's what I've been doing. I just placed another order myself for my family. You know, it gives me peace of mind and security that I've dollar cost average for myself. I know I've got a little bit of that. You should be buying crypto, buying Bitcoin, buying Ethereum, buying XRP here. You should be building out a portfolio at our number one blockchain academy in the world at bitcoinrich.com. You should be prepping and getting ready for the bullishness. And here's something else I'll say about all this. They're spinning this, okay, this whole recession talk, okay, the recession talk. This is what we're hearing now in the mainstream media. But really, I think they're overblowing some of it because what's really coming is hyperinflation. And then they're going to snap their fingers, as I've always said, and move us to the new blockchain utopia that they'd already gotten ready and pre-planned for with those sexy, delicious CBDCs and that sweet, sweet UBI, baby. You know, you'll get that inflationary pump, $1,000 a month that won't be worth a digital, non-paper, it's not even printed on and backed by nothing. And that's where we're going, ladies and gentlemen. That's true. So you take your power back by getting your ducks in a row and taking aggressive action in your own lives, starting those businesses, creating those cash flows, building those income streams that you're going to need to keep pace with hyperinflation. Buy real assets like fractional real estate through Island Project when it launches. RentMauiJeeps.com launches very soon. All serves our wider network of Island Project, which is basically the number one freedom prepping community in the world and has 10,000x plus possible rates of return, ladies and gentlemen, so we can basically fight back against the BlackRocks and the billionaires buying all the cool stuff and pricing you out of your neighborhood, of your house, of all the cool stuff. You know, it's time that the people, you and I, our community, and God bless each and every one of you, I really appreciate you, work together. That's all I have for today. I want to hear your comments, questions in the box below. Again, if you found value in today's video, please like it, share it. It really does help me out. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm humbled by all you guys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm humbled by everything you guys do for me. It truly is an honor. I love you. And I'll leave you with this. Jesus Christ is King. See you at school. Place your order at amtvgold.com right now.